Hi, and good afternoon, Wellness community. My name is Anthony DiMarino. I'm a registered dietitian and certified personal trainer, and I focus on working with my clients individually, identifying ways they could change their behavior and making long-lasting changes and sustainable results. Today, I want to talk with you about SMART goals, something some people know about, something some people don't know about, and I want to talk about how SMART goals are better than New Year's resolutions in looking to make a change in your life. So give me one moment. I'm going to switch over to my PowerPoint and we'll get started. Okay. I want you to think about how many times you've said this at the beginning of each year. I'm going to actually complete my New Year's resolution this year. By the end of the year, you might not even recognize me. And my personal favorite, I hear this all the time: new year, better me. Now, the truth of the matter is that there's some great things about you. There's some awesome strengths and qualities you have that make you an individual. And yeah, there may be some things you might need to change, but this radical approach sometimes doesn't work. I want to throw some statistics at you real quick. Did you know that 40 to 45% of Americans actually set New Year's resolutions each year? By week 6 of the year, which is the middle of February, 80% of individuals have quit their New Year's resolutions. More so, at the 6-month mark, the people who are still going, only 4% of those individuals continue on. Of that small group of individuals who have been working towards their New Year's resolutions, only 9% of them have actually completed their New Year's resolutions. I'm not a betting man, but if I would, I wouldn't take those odds. That's such a small percent of the chance of actually completing a goal you're looking to do. And I want to explore why these New Year's resolutions fail. First of all, most people have high, unrealistic expectations. We think we're going to make a huge change and we're going to be unrecognizable by the end of the year. We don't understand the amount of work and patience that it takes. Most people think they have this huge jump at the beginning and they're energized and they're motivated, but they're really not understanding the journey that it takes to make a change in their life. Some people go from on the couch to trying to run a half marathon. They start from doing almost nothing to trying to do it all at once. And this is very difficult to sustain over time. Instead, it's better to focus on small incremental changes that are more realistic and long-lasting over time. Most people don't prepare enough. They don't think about the steps they need to take. They don't outline what it's going to look like from A to B to C. And they don't think about, okay, what else do I need to think about before jumping into making a change? They don't have that inspiring why. They haven't thought about what's really motivating them or going to push them throughout their entire journey. They don't have that internal motivator that's really going to keep them through thick and thin. Now, I'm guilty of this. I don't ask for help enough. It's important to look outside yourself and find that accountability and support. Identify those people who are going to keep you encouraged and motivated through those difficult times when you're struggling and need some accountability, someone to push you forward. And they don't have a plan. Again, they didn't think through and identify the steps they need to take to really get from A to B to C. Now, before you get started, it's important to really take some self-reflection. Some questions you can ask yourself are, where am I now? What is my current situation? Where do I identify gaps in areas I would like to improve with my lifestyle? What are my strengths? What am I actually good at? Am I someone who is very strategic and able to identify ways that I can make a change? Am I someone who's a planner where I need to actually have things on my calendar, have a recipe book ready, have a workout plan ready? Or am I someone who is spontaneous where you can just jump right in and start working on a goal? It's really important to identify what you're good at and lean on that when you're setting these goals. What resources do I have and what resources do I need? Identify, do you have the workout clothes? Do you have all the necessary kitchen equipment? Do you have recipes that you work off of? If not, where and when can you get them? It's really important to be equipped with the right resources so that you feel ready when you make these changes. Do I have the support? Who can I reach out to and ask for help and let them know about my goals so that they will support me through this? Now, I want to talk about SMART goals, this acronym, and why it's so important to use this acronym in setting these goals. Now, S stands for specific. It's important to be clear and concise and create that idea of what you're looking to accomplish. The more descriptive and specific you are, the more you're going to be able to imagine it in your eyes and see it coming alive. Now, we have both qualitative and quantitative data. When we're talking about SMART goals, we want them to be measurable. We want to have a number at the beginning, a baseline, a benchmark, and measure throughout the journey so that we see the improvement and the progress. And if not, we can make adjustments throughout the time period so that by the end, we're meeting that measurable goal. Something that's action-based. We want to focus on what we can control, the efforts we can make. It's so easy to only talk about the outcomes in a goal. That's what we all want, right? But really, we can't control the outcome. We can only control what we're doing. Relevant. We did that self-reflection. We identified those gaps. You want to create a SMART goal around those gaps, what you want to improve. It wouldn't make sense to create a goal that is outside of those gaps and improvements you identified. And lastly, being timely. You need to create a timeline and a deadline to where you can track your progress. Maybe it's 13 weeks out. Maybe it's checking every month. Maybe it's by the end of the year. But you need to put a timestamp on it so there's a sense of urgency and that you have a way to gauge how you're going and how far you're away from your goal. Let's walk through some actually good, concrete SMART goals. By the end of the year, I will lose 25 pounds by going to 3 exercise classes a week and cutting down on snacks by half. As you can see, this is specific. There's a measurement, but also there's actions. There's actions that you yourself can control. By the end of the year, I will complete in 2 half marathons and finish under 2.5 hours. I use this example to show that there's a wide range in how you can apply this SMART goal algorithm. Say someone is more athletic, they have some fitness under their belt, but they want to stretch themselves. This is a perfect example of a stretch SMART goal. And you can even personalize this outside of health and fitness. You can do it with your professional, family, spiritual life, or even your financial fitness. By the end of the year, I will achieve at least a 4% raise by growing sales quarter over quarter and finishing in the top 5 at my company. I will achieve this by making 10 sales calls a day and taking a role above and beyond my job description. As you can see, all the components of the SMART goals are there. Now let's go through some not so well-written SMART goals. By the end of September, I will lose 100 pounds. While that's a lofty, ambitious goal, it's really not realistic. It's very difficult to lose 100 pounds, and you might not even need to lose that much. By the end of the year, I will go from making $30,000 to $60,000 a year. And while we would all love to double our income, and some small businesses can do that, it's very difficult to improve your individual finances by double. It's more important to really look at something realistic and make it where it's going to be something you can actually attain. I will increase my bench press weight. We all want to be stronger. Bench press is a great way to identify how strong you are, but we need to be more specific and measurable and identify a time frame for that. By the end of this quarter, I will clean out my house. Now, this is something that's not too bad of a goal, but you want to be more descriptive. Are you talking about your entire house? Are you talking about the exterior and the interior? Or do you only need to clean certain rooms? How clean do you need it to be? You need to set parameters on how you're going to measure your success. Lastly, I will drink more water. I'm guilty of this too. I need to drink more water. But you need to be more descriptive. What is more water to you? How many ounces in that? When will you get to that goal? You can't expect yourself to be drinking the exact same amount of water from day one. Okay, we talked about New Year's resolutions. We talked about SMART goals. We gave you concrete examples. What now? Think about your current situation. Where are you in your journey? What areas do you want to improve on? What would you like to change? Would you like to lose weight? Would you like to improve your cardiovascular fitness? What would you like to work on? One or two things at a time. We don't want to set too many goals at one time. Then from there, you could craft that SMART goal, really make it concrete and concise to where you can actually visualize it over time. Do I have the resources? Think about, okay, what do I have available and what else do I need? This will help you prepare and feel more excited about your goal. Do I have people in my corner? It's okay to ask for help. Look for those people who are going to be a positive influence in your journey. And once you've taken these steps, now is always the best time to start. Don't put it off. Don't procrastinate. Make one small step over time and you'll get some momentum. Well, that's it. Thank you so much for listening and enjoying. I have included a PDF in this video with a great way to write down your SMART goals and have them readily available. So I encourage you, identify areas where you would like to make some changes. Think about all the questions we talked about, set those goals, and go and crush them. All right, until next time, talk to you all soon. Take it easy.